Hey, what is up guys? It's your boy Speed here, and today we're going to be looking at 3 team fights that show why PSG LGD is such an incredible team. Even though they got off to a slow start, I honestly am personally favoriting them to win the tournament. I believe when I watch them play, they're not perfect. They're definitely beatable. We've seen that. They make mistakes, but some of the team fight decision making they make in the mid to late game is absolutely incredible. And I want to show you guys how good these pro players actually are through the examples of 3 team fights. I have one in minute 34, 38, and 39, and let's get into it. And quickly, I wanted to briefly let you guys know that the gameleap website is currently 50% off if you use the code POG50 at checkout. I'm telling you this because number one, I think it's a good deal, and number two, I'm making a lot of top tier content over there, live game analysis, replay analysis. I'm going to be uploading some coaching sessions eventually, very, very soon. So I have a lot of things that I think you guys should go check out. So if you're interested in more content like you get here on YouTube and stuff that's really going to help you get to the next level, I'd appreciate it if you could use the code POG50 and get your 50% off, sign up to the website, and I'll see you there. All right, so the first fight I want to look at is at minute 34 here, and I'm going to show it from both teams' perspectives. So currently, LGD has no vision on the map, right? They don't see anything. They don't know where the enemy is. They have no information. So they make the disciplined play to, instead of trying to split the map and farm out creep waves, group up and take over this bottom side of the map. Kind of a weird place to play, but Roshan isn't a threat right now, and so they're trying to get some creeps, farm out the map, and push in their lanes. But really what's so incredible here is how they set up the following fight. However, let's quickly look at Team Liquid's information. Team Liquid has a God Ward. LGD is playing the bottom side of the map. You would imagine this ward is going to spot them out. And it does. It does spot them out. The puck shows on the bot wave. If I go back a little bit, I believe Enigma also showed on the bottom wave a moment before. So they are showing on the bottom wave. There's the Enigma. The puck showed as well. Puck is going to show on bottom wave. So Liquid, they know their bottom. So how could Liquid possibly get surprised here? Well, I don't think LGD knew that they had a ward, because if they knew they had a ward here, surely they would have dewarded it, right? So I don't think that's the case. However, what LGD does is they take the deepest possible smoke. I believe that this is fully intentional, because from an efficiency standpoint, you would never meet up here. You would never meet up here to smoke. You would always meet up here if you're trying to be fast. But I believe they weren't sure, or they didn't know where wards are. They're extremely low on sentries. And so instead of guessing where a ward is, getting it wrong, and then smoking on a ward nearby, they take the deepest possible smoke without puck. So they show puck. This gives Liquid a lot of Liquid confidence. It gives them some confidence. Puck shows bottom. They're like, oh, okay, puck's bottom. We don't see anyone on the ward, right? And then puck is going to actually show here again, right, in a moment. So puck's going to show, I think puck shows, yeah, so puck shows again. So they feel confident, but meanwhile, LGD is here. So Liquid thinks, oh, we can just push out bottom. There's no way they're here, right? Puck is showing here. We would have seen them. But now they get the jump. Now, unfortunately, LGD loses this fight. Faith Beyond on the puck does end up getting kind of exposed here a little bit. But the main thing I wanted you to see is that they end up getting a deep ward. So somehow they don't smoke on the enemy ward, and they get down this beautiful deep ward. As I said, unfortunately, Faith Beyond shows a little bit too early. I think, honestly, everything was perfect up until Faith Beyond kind of got gone on a little bit too fast, because if they could get the jump on the Axe before he gets his BKB off, it would be fantastic, and that's what they were looking for. Late game Dota is largely about jumps, but things get really cucked off the initiation. Unfortunately, it was perfect until Zai gets off his BKB. They don't let the Tiny go in first. Faith Beyond goes in a little bit too early, and unfortunately that causes the Avatos combo to go onto the puck and not the Pango, and it would have killed the Pango. It would have been the difference there 100%. He would have died, and the fight would have looked good. But unfortunately, sometimes even LGD makes mistakes like this, and it goes from a perfect play, the most beautiful setup play of all time, to, I'm not going to tell you that they're flawless. They're not flawless, because then ZinQ hits up. I've seen better black holes in my life. I just want to show I don't know, it's pretty funny, but I've seen better black holes. I've seen, it was optimistic, to say the least. It was optimistic. So the next clip here is going to be a little bit shorter. This example is much more brief. I want to show you how these players at this level understand how the fight is going to play out as a whole before the fight happens, right? They have a general picture, a painting in their heads of what the fight is going to look like. So for instance, ZinQ knows who he should try to black hole optimally. Of course, there are multiple different circumstances and you have to be able to adapt to those circumstances, but you want to have a general idea of who you're going to go on. For instance, Y knows who he needs the Sunray, generally. Obviously, it's typically who's going to get gone on. But the biggest thing here is the Puck. This is an offlane Puck has an E-Blade. The main reason why he bought E-Blade this game, and I really believe this, is to save people from Axe Call. Because the way Liquid kills people is Axe Call with Sniper follow-up. Even Swashbuckle follow-up, right? Because Rolling Thunder plus Shield Crash isn't that much burst damage. It's really not, right? It's like, what, 500 damage? That's not what's going to kill you. It's going to be a call into Sniper. What completely counters that, right? What completely counters Blade Mail and Sniper in E-Blade? So it's a really cool pickup from Faith Beyond, adapting to the exact lineup that Liquid has drafted here. So we'll see that play out in a moment. We're going to watch it from Faith Beyond's perspective. This was a great jump from the Tiny. Honestly, Insania really fucked up here. He just didn't flesh golem before running in, so his HP pool is particularly low. Otherwise, he would have easily survived this burst and gotten off Soul Rip. So pretty big mistake on his part. I will keep it real. That was like very unfortunate. But from there, as the fight continues on, Puck jumps really far forward. Big risk. I think honestly, to some extent, he was baiting here, baiting the call, because he has the Aeon Disc, and I don't think the enemy knew, because this is a brand new Aeon Disc. So I really do believe he was baiting the Aeon Disc. But from there, Zai makes the call in. You know, he phase shifts, tries to dodge it, and he was a little bit slow on the E-Blade, but eventually gets it out, and as a result, they're not able to get the kill. I don't think they would have killed him anyway, but they understand their purposes. Now, ZinQ with another massive black hole, catching everyone, right? This is why LGD wins this game. The black holes are just on point. Funny enough, he actually does own them with a later black hole. But now they get kited out. And it's right, it's just beautiful team fight. I will admit this one, I feel like kind of was largely on Insania for just like instantly dying, because his presence does matter. On top of that, they get a good jump onto the Sniper. The Puck chips the Sniper, which is interesting. This is an interesting concept because most people don't get the concept of chip, right? Chip damage in Dota. They think, oh, I'm gonna kill you from full HP, or I'm not gonna go on you at all. And it's like, this is not true. This silence is really good. This silence orb onto the Sniper is really, really good because it puts him in range for the Tiny to jump him momentarily. They kill off the Tombstone, he grabs a tree, and then from there, he's in range for, one-shot combo from Tiny. So chip damage really matters, especially on heroes like Puck. You don't have to kill people from full, but you should be going in almost first every single fight if you can't get instantly stunned and getting out your damage. So really, really important. And now they win the fight. And now finally, this was an incredible Aeon Disc timing from Y. I can't even say if I know this is fully intentional or not, but he has the locked Vitality booster, so he's expecting it to come, gems the hill, gets it out, and then you can see he's swapping it out as the courier delivers it to him. He actually swaps the Vitality booster from locked to unlocked, and that allows the item to combine, giving him the ability to have some invulnerability here, and that allows him to get off the egg, right? So he gets off his egg. Kind of takes a risk by flying that long, not gonna lie. He probably should have just flew to here and egged, but mechanical stuff, we're not gonna get too much into that. Either way, Tiny finds a great jump on the side. Blast Rig from Insania here, really key. So otherwise this would have been a complete disaster because the Tiny gets disarmed, saving Axe and the Undying a ton of health here. So that was super, super key. But I don't know, somehow Insania dies anyway. That's crazy damage from the Tiny, and they find great targets. So this is kind of just like perfect Aeon Disc baiting. It's the reason why this item can be so valuable in the late game, because if you can run up a hill on a hero that has a reset ability, such as Egg, you can bait them, right? Because certain heroes can't get out or they can't reset, right? So even if they got their Aeon Disc proc, they'd be stuck at a position and it'd feel crap. However, that's not the case with, Y's Phoenix here. Even if he gets gone on with this Aeon Disc and it procs, he's going to be able to get his spells off and feel happy about his contribution to the fight. That's exactly what happens. They find the Rubik on the side. It's just a great pick off because killing that Rubik is just such a free kill. And that's a big thing in Dota. Like, free kills that cause you to commit nothing are the best kills, right? These like low committal kills are the best kills. And I call this relative positioning. Who you go on needs to be super relative to your teammates and the enemies, right? You do not want to overextend. Do not overextend almost ever in Dota, right? Even here, you might be like, how do they not go on Sniper? You might be like, this is crazy. They saw the Sniper. How does he not go on Sniper? They see the Sniper. Trust me, they see the Sniper. He's clicking Phoenix. How in the world do they not go on Sniper? Why? Why wouldn't they go on Sniper? Why didn't Ame instantly go on Sniper? Because he's not that squishy, and because he can kite out. He has Concussive Grenade, Hurricane Pike, and they might not have even remembered that his Black King Bar was on cooldown. So the point is that this kill keeps Ame super in position, because instead of waveforming into the enemy team where then Mickey and Boxy could kite out and help, he brings them towards LGD, right? These targets are way more out of position. They're way more out of position. They're going away from the tombstone as well, and it enables this really nice fight. On top of that, they're getting a kill on a really high priority target in the Rubik because the guy's squishy, right? He has 1 armor because of the attribute shift as well. Not that it ends up mattering there, but either way, they get the attribute shift. On top of that, they also got the morph, the sniper axe. Morphling was able to use his morph on the sniper, which just decimates the sniper's ability to do anything. It's honestly so stupid how this shit works. Like, the sniper is hitting for like just so much less than he would. It's insane. But either way, really good fight breaks out, and they end up winning this one pretty handily. And the last thing I'd like to mention is I love Ame's itemization in this game. You can notice he doesn't have a single real damage item, and this is pretty common on Morphling, right? It's very common to see like these essentially tank Morphling builds, but I particularly like it this game against Axe. He went Sanjin Yasha Satanic. Sanjin Yasha is the best Axe counter in Dota because you need status resist to live, right? You need status resist to live against Axe, and on top of that, you don't want to do a lot of damage when he blade mails. So having items like Sanjin Yasha and then Satanic, Sanjin Yasha to reduce the length of the call, and then Satanic to heal you while you get called, right? You get called. Hopefully, if you're really good, you get off your Satanic before you get called. Even if you don't, he's got Titan Sliver resist and then Mega Lifesteal amp, right? Because the Sanjin Yasha amps the lifesteal, right? So while you're hitting the axe, you're not hitting that hard, and you're lifestealing the entire time throughout a very short call due to all the status resist. So even 40 minutes in, I do think that the Titan Sliver is a fantastic item for him to carry here. I think it is absolutely fantastic. Considering, I think there are tier 4 neutrals, right? Yeah, but Titan Sliver is just way better than Penta Edge or the Cap. The Cap's actually decent, but it can get procced in weird ways. So I think the Sliver is definitely better on Morphling, considering the 20% base attack damage is insanely good on this hero. Like, insanely good. But alright, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed and like this type of analysis. I really like talking about like the niche stuff that pros do. I think while it can be a little bit niche and feel like, hey, I can't apply this stuff in my pubs, number one, you definitely can. You can take aspects of it. Like, the problem with a lot of players is they think to themselves, oh, this is pro Dota, none of this applies. Like, the first clip I showed of like smoking from outside a ward, like a potential ward hill to save sentries, even though that seems super niche, it's not. Like, what you should learn from that and take out of it and apply to your own pubs is that, you know, you can bait teammates. You don't need to smoke as 5. Most smokes are extremely slow in pubs or don't exist at all, right? Immediately, if you want to be a better player, what you can do is just, number one, smoke. If you never smoke, that should be the first step. Number two, if you are smoking, the next thing you think about is the pace of the smokes. How long are you taking to pop the smoke? Did you wait for 5 heroes when you didn't need to, right? Are you getting up hills where you could place down a ward while you smoke, right? That was another big thing as well. Why constantly will place the hill ward as they smoke. So just a lot of things really that play out to make LGD such a great team. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and I'm out. Peace.
And that's all, but remember, before you leave, come on, before you tune out, subscribe to the GameLeap website where we are going to help you get to the next rank. If you're stuck, click the link down below, and I'm out. Peace.